guys. Welcome to our new commentary here. It's been a minute. This is Corey's script.
There's BDG reviews.
Yeah, we're doing another Unearthed Films commentary here. I think we did Bloodshock, uh, Bouquet of Guts and Gore, and
Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon. I don't think we did Sacrifice, did we?
No, we haven't got around to doing Sacrifice yet. I think mainly it's just, well, at least for me, I've seen enough Dong for a while.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know?
This one, really, I wanted to do a commentary for just because I think I like this better than all the American Guinea Pigs, to be honest. I know you probably like Song of Solomon better.
Oh yeah, I do, but honestly, this is like neck and neck.
See, this to me feels like a Takashi Miike film to me.
Oh, for sure. It feels like early Miike.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. And it's just cool. Let's be
yeah,
honest. I
definitely.
mean,
It makes me, because Unearthed Films is kind of hit or miss for me. I mean, there's some
mm,
I like a lot, and then there's like The Red Room, which I hate, but
yeah.
there's a lot of fans for it out there. But this has me hopeful for a lot of the future Blu-ray stuff like Purgatory Road,
Oh
which I
yeah.
gotta get, and Dis.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally know nothing about those though.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Dis.
Really?
And yeah, and I know on Unearth's website they're actually selling signed copies of Purgatory Road, so that's kind of cool.
Huh. Yeah, when I go to Grindhouse in April, because I'm gonna wait this month, I'm gonna just order a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
But in April, I'm gonna go to Grindhouse and I'm gonna pick those up for sure.
yeah,
Just check them out. This looks bizarre to me. Like I literally have no idea. I kind of have an idea of what Purgatory Road's gonna be like,
yeah.
but this I have no idea.
I know it's one of those ones like even you watch the trailer and you're still not really sure.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailer. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for it and I still have no clue what's happening in it. I just know it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, but anyways, we're gonna hit. You ready to hit play on this?
Yeah, and we're just so everyone knows we're both on the Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume most people bought this on Blu-ray, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I mean,
Well,
the
it was
Blu-ray
cheap
was
enough.
what, 16, 17 bucks or something.
Yeah.
You
You
know.
gotta love that about Unearthed Films. You know, they keep their Blu-ray prices pretty low.
Yeah, and I think their like deluxe editions are still cheaper than Arrow or
Yeah,
like
I
Scream
think I
Factory.
think 30 maximum.
Yeah, I think you can get them for like 25 though at a Grindhouse. I could be
Yeah,
wrong on that, but I think so.
I think it's around that. Yeah.
But anyways, let's hit play on this. Three,
Okay.
2, 1, play.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So to be honest, what do you think of the filter they use for this movie? Like that Grindhouse filter?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like it. It goes with the aesthetic of the movie, but it feels artificial.
Yeah, especially because you could see the HD-ness behind it.
Yeah. I tell you what though, I really like the soundtrack to this.
Oh, where did you see the soundtrack online or something?
No, just like right now, like with like the
Oh
music
yeah,
that
yeah. Oh, I
plays
thought you were
throughout
talking
it.
about like just in general, like the whole soundtrack.
No, I mean just like the music they have in this movie and like the three music videos
See, I
are
didn't see the music videos. I don't.
yeah, they're kind of they're cheesy. They're like Japanese like hip hop.
What are they directed by the director or something? Probably.
It could be. I don't know. All I know is there's three of them. Like one's like very like hip hop. The other one's like kind of almost like I guess you could say like almost like a metalcore type thing, kind of like a mix between like metal and rap. It's kind of cool. And the third one's almost like just like some pop type thing. I didn't really like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah.
it's some good stuff though.
Now, when you would first pop this in, did I overhype it for you, or
No, no. I mean, you told me about this scene at the beginning. I was just really looking forward to seeing it, and then like you come into this, and you're kind of like,
yeah, I like how they start off. But
well,
you could
damn.
with the knife stuck in her head and everything.
Yeah, just oh
See
man.
right there, it looks like crisp HD, but they have that filter over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the sort of thing. Like I said, I get why they did it. I get what they were going for and everything, but it just looks artificial.
Yeah.
You know, I find that a lot, honestly, with like the artificially aged stuff. You know, you can tell it's not
Yeah.
genuinely old.
Yeah, and they do a lot of these like stutter cuts or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I always found this kind of funny. You know, like you got like these. This guy has supposedly like somehow captured four full-grown women. I mean, yeah, he's like a big guy and everything, but I kind of doubt like I don't know, like four full-grown adult women would go with this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty brutal though. Like
Oh, definitely.
he could have just snatched him up or whatever, but it doesn't really show him have a car or anything that I remember. So
Yeah.
maybe not.
I just think it would be funny, like when he says, like, "Do you understand what I'm doing?" If someone just said yes,
Yeah.
would he just stop?
Yeah, dude. What I love, like, I don't know if love's the right word, but
Mm.
just how ruthless this dude is. Like look
Oh
at
yeah.
that dude, just punching her in the stomach, and then she's throwing
Oh
up.
yeah. The thing with this is like he feels like a real psycho.
Yeah, like that's what someone would do if that actually happened or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got that like, you know, like look at him. Like when he's not splattered in blood, he doesn't look overly threatening or anything,
no.
does he? But
But that's
then you
such
see
a
this.
brutal scene there.
Oh yeah.
Like that's one thing. This movie was perfectly titled brutal.
Yeah, you couldn't have named this anything else. Could you imagine if you picked up this movie? Oh, this is unicorns and fairy tales,
Yeah, I
and then
wonder.
and then this is what you get.
Yeah, I'm curious how good this movie did. Like I remember I saw it on like Unearth's page a lot, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen like anybody else really talking about it like on other channels or whatever.
yeah. I think like gorehounds really dig it,
Yeah,
but I think most like of the normies, um, I don't think they get it.
yeah,
They just see violence for the sake of violence. I always thought here also like this chick trying to get away. You know, she probably could have got away if it wasn't for the other one making noises.
yeah. Now this is probably hard to look up though because it's so new and probably no one knows anything. But I wonder if
Yeah.
this dude directed anything else.
Uh, I'll take a look because he definitely has the chops.
Yeah, like I say, it reminds me of a young Takashi Miike. I think his name's even Takashi.
I think so. It's yeah, Takashi Hirose. So yeah, I'll just take a look. I would assume probably more of the same.
Yeah, this does seem
Yeah.
like a first effort to me, like a directorial debut.
Yeah, it very well could be. Well, it's a 2018 movie, so uh, if it is, this is definitely someone to watch.
Yeah, I wonder how Stephen Byro or whoever does it, like, I wonder how they,
Mm.
like, figure that, like, find this stuff, you know what I mean?
I think they probably just have some dude in Japan that just kind of goes, "Hey, um, there's something really messed up over here. Maybe you want to pick it up."
Yeah, probably.
Let's take a look here. Okay. Come on, open up.
I love that shit. Fuck me, do whatever you want. And then, like, his version with that butcher knife.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like he's directed four things. Damn. Uh, Starting in 2011, he did something called Bandaged, Moratorium, Brutal, and Return of the Golden Lily.
Is that Return of the Golden Lily, like, after this, or?
No, that was 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, three of them were shorts.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
this is his first full length.
yeah, full-length feature, yeah.
Well, I don't know if
Uh,
it's considered full length, I guess, now.
well, yeah. Well, it's longer than a short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the scene, dude, when he's sitting with the pile of heads and everything.
I know. It's just kind of like, well, here's my pile of heads.
Dude, that would be
And
so
that's
brutal, dude.
brutal.
For some reason, I
Yeah.
think of Michael Myers, though. Oh, no,
Yeah.
not with the screwdriver when he has the knife.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just like, oh look, I have this.
See, I really like the fact that they kind of have this normal Joe looking dude. You know what I mean? He ain't like Kakahari or something, you know what I mean? Where you could tell he's bad news or whatever. Like, this dude just looks like Joe Schmo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like in 8 millimeter with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get that, too.
Yeah, when you eventually see like the face of the killer, he's just some dude.
Yeah.
And he even says, like what were you like expecting a monster?
Yeah, I gotta see that again. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it,
that in so long.
it was a really fun movie.
You getting the Scream Factory edition?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's not a collector's edition, so
Yeah. I
it's
wish they
probably
would have,
pretty cheap.
I wish they'd released the sequel, too.
Yeah. I mean, I never actually saw it, the sequel, but I heard about it.
Yeah. I always liked about the
You
first
know.
one, too, the young Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. I always just found it so funny. He's like working in a porn thing, like reading. He has like a porn magazine, but then when you turn it over, it's like a book of like literature or something.
Yeah.
I found that really funny. Like he's hiding
Dude,
the
I
literature.
love that scene right there, just the blood-crusted purse and everything.
Yeah, and the meat everywhere, and
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, there's something about just the dried blood on the purse, just surrounded like livers and everything.
yeah. What I want to know is what do his neighbors think?
Oh, his apartment has to smell like shit.
It must. I mean, there's no way it couldn't. It's just like,
Like, look at that.
yeah. And that's one thing I always got to say. I always dig those Japanese saws.
I know, those, what are they called? 'Cause there
They're
was one
called,
in Bouquet of Guts and Gore, too, right?
yeah. I always know them as a pole saw or a Japanese saw, but I know they have an actual name. I'm just not sure what it is. Oh, and it's this close up of like the meat and everything. I'm like, why is that black?
I know.
Uh, Has
Just
he
the
been?
trash bags and stuff. Does this movie almost seem like, almost, I don't know the right word, that stew there looks so sick,
Oh, it does.
doesn't it almost seem like this is almost too, like, kind of HD or polished for Unearth, kind of, or something? I don't know, it, like, fits in Unearth's wheelhouse, but it doesn't feel like an Unearth film.
I know what you mean.
But then
I
again,
mean,
Unearth film, or, Unnameable didn't feel like Unearth to me.
no, but I just love this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just beat this bag with this hammer.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, torture, like a Bouquet of Guts and Gore, I really dig
Mm,
the movie,
yeah,
but it's kind of like, after a while, the gore just kind of gets desensitizing.
I know
There's
what you
something
mean.
about this movie, though, I don't know, it just feels more like a movie, but there's still, like, intense torture stuff to it.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is, with like Bouquet being like a faux snuff film and everything, it's just kind of the nature of it, it like all you're seeing, you only see the gore and everything. Where this, there are moments where there isn't
Like
blood
true
splattered everywhere.
filmmaking and stuff, like when he's out and about.
Yeah, I want to know why he didn't clean the bath before he took a bath himself.
I don't
And
know.
there's got to be fat and everything all in that bath if he's like chopped up bodies in there and
See,
stuff.
what would get me is the hair, you know what I mean? Like, you ever pet a cat or something, and
Yeah,
you
and you
got
get the
hair all
hair.
over you?
Yeah. Oh man, it's like don't put. Then like I'll just whack this with this hammer again. This guy, you know what this guy always reminds me of?
What?
There's a character in the manga and the anime of Black Lagoon, and it's just this chick that like people like when they want someone killed, they like bring them to her, and she like cuts them up with chainsaws and everything. This guy always feels to me like, you know, like that could be what this guy does for a living.
What, does she have like that blank look like he does too and everything? Like just so chill
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. It's just like everyday life. I'll just cut these two.
There's something about this hat that takes me out of this movie for some reason. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. It's just the giant Jordan sign.
You know what I think. At least what it is, kind of to me at least. The movie's very Japanese, and then you have this Jordan hat,
It,
and it just seems a little out of place.
yeah, the
I
logo's
mean,
huge, and it's
I know.
what else kind of takes me out of it is this movie's like real trying to be grainy film
Yeah,
when you could tell these are like modern clothes and everything and modern styles.
yeah,
So it's like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It
One
kind of
thing that makes me
contradicts.
laugh is just look in the background. This is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Merry Christmas. Let's watch Brutal.
Double feature this with Home Alone.
There you go.
Dude,
Oh,
the
man.
ending of this movie blew my socks off, though.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it coming.
That's almost foreshadowing right there.
Yeah.
What even is that he's eating? It looks absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that I think it's like fried um
Octopus or something?
I think so, yeah. I think it's kitsune udon if I remember right. I think that's what it's called.
You know how bad I wish I can go to like one of these Japanese countries or whatever
Yeah.
and just
It'd
try
be
that
wild.
food. And for some reason, I've noticed they always like stand up and walk and eat and everything.
Yeah. And this is one thing also I think with this movie that makes it different from some other stuff. There's like this like kind of like moment of humanity here.
Yeah, where he feels bad for the dude.
Yeah, and I mean it's like this guy's essentially a monster, but he feels bad for this dude that's just living on the street.
The thing is, though, is it just women he hates, though?
I don't know. Honestly, I mean, th- that's one thing this movie could have done with it. Could have done with a bit more exposition.
Yeah, because it kind of splits it between two.
Yeah,
For
and
some
it
reason, that really grosses me out.
yeah. I mean, the thing with this actually like thinking about it like logically,
Because this is a rice cooker, right?
yeah, or a pressure cooker, one or the other, I don't know. Really, when you think about this makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
Render everything down so you can flush it down the toilet. It makes sense, but it's just so creepy, and the fact that it cuts to him eating something.
Yeah, like that. That's intense looking. You know what I like about this? This is almost a movie like anybody could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like this is kind of like if I was about to make a film, this is one of the ones I'd watch before
yeah,
I made a film. You know?
yeah.
Because essentially, you could just get two friends and you can make this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Really small cast. I mean, how many are in the cast?
Like four,
Yeah, there's like four main players, and then there's like a few.
some background people.
Yeah, but you know,
But realistically, you wouldn't even need the background people. Like you could
no.
do your own version of this easily.
Yeah, and just focus on the people.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta love that his pile of heads.
I know. I just love the look of them. They're almost like they have that decayed look to them.
Yeah. Oh man.
One thing though, you could tell there's a little CGI blood on the bottom there. But
Definitely.
there's
I
nothing you
mean,
can do about that. I mean,
no. Well, I mean, also that's something I've sort of noticed about like Japanese like movies. They seem to like using their CG,
yeah.
and they
They've been
seem
doing
to
that since way back.
yeah, and they seem to like using bad CG.
Yeah.
It's like I think sometimes they do it on purpose. I think they have like an aesthetic choice that they're going for.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, the one thing that stands out to me always is in Itchy the Killer when Homeboy takes off his shirt and he's got the CGI'd like muscle body or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe it just gives like this like unreality to it.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's purposely done for that reason.
Have you seen
I
clips of
don't
this
know.
Asian movie? It's like super bizarre. It's like this little. People say like it's been on around on YouTube as like one of the most bizarre movies of all time. Like like this dude's in like a basketball court in a gym or something at a school, and he's like lactating or something weird. I'll have to send it to you when I see it, if I can find it.
The only thing I can think even similar is Visitor Q.
No, it's not that.
You
There's
know,
like
that's...
something really weird, and there's like these little like babies with like these
Oh,
adult
yeah.
Asian heads on them and stuff, and
Yeah, I think I do know what you mean. I think I've seen that. It's
sort of
like...
maybe his balls are hanging down. He's sitting weird in like a gym or so. It's really
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know the one you mean.
like certain shots are coming to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You can get away with the crazy shit in Japan, you know? Like, I mean, honestly, like, I always get the idea that, like, David Lynch must be huge in Japan.
Oh yeah.
You
So
know?
I love that just squashed the head completely.
Yeah, just in the meat sauce.
You know what I would love to do is just go to a video store in Japan.
Mm, yeah, for sure.
Like, are they strict with stuff there? Or, I mean,
From
this
what
kind of stuff, is it like real? You gotta go underground for it, or
I don't think so. I find these two really annoying.
he's annoyed by him too, you could tell.
Yeah, and I'm glad. Yeah, from what I know, I mean, you know, I've never been to Japan or whatever, but most stuff from what I know is just out there.
It's like an anything goes type thing.
Kind of. Well, I mean, I've heard stories of like you go on like the subway in Japan, and there'll be guys there just reading porn,
Wow,
and you know, it's just, you know, you just mind your own business.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
but
I
that's
mean,
weird. What's this American Girls deal? Like, I remember the first time I saw this, I'm like really interested in how she entered the picture.
all I can think is maybe they came over on holiday or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, and the fact of the matter is, you know, like, they think they're so badass. That's what makes it so funny. Neither of them really realize that, you know, they have no chance of surviving this.
yeah,
And I mean, they're just kind of making it worse for themselves.
yeah.
You know, you know, admitted, you know, like, in a situation like this, yeah, you'd want to fight back, like, for all you're worth.
Oh,
But, you know,
man, that's brutal.
it is. Things going into the bottom of
Yeah,
the feet. That's right up there with like Achilles tendons cutting and stuff.
yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen a kill like that on a movie, like a knife through the bottom of the foot.
No. Now the thing is, like right there, she was just beating him with a stick. Why didn't she just keep hitting?
I know an entire later when he's dead.
Yeah. That's something I've always reckoned with a lot of movies, you know, the whole, like, you knock out the killer and then you just, I love that, like, climbing up her
Like
with
she's
the
a mountain or
knives.
something.
Yeah. Oh man. And the fact, let's be honest, she'd be dead by now.
Oh yeah.
No, but you know, like, yeah, I've never, you know, like, knock out the killer and then, like, you know, put the weapon down. And
Oh, that's every horror movie though.
I know,
They
I mean, I
always do
get
that.
it. It's supposed to make you, like, irritated at the character, like, don't do it, like, pick up the knife, whatever. I'd just like to see someone, you know, fight back and literally just beat the killer until there was, like, just like jelly.
Yeah. And
You
then
know, just keep going, and then even when it's jelly, keep going some more. I think
yeah.
the only time I've ever seen it was in, I think, Hatchet 2.
Oh yeah.
At the end of Hatchet 2. That was the only time I've ever really seen it. I love that. Do you feel my power? He's like, okay.
I wonder if they'll make a brutal too.
I don't know. I mean, I could see this story continuing. They leave it open at the end. But then again, you know, sequels don't really seem to be that big in Japan.
Yeah, that's true. You don't see a lot of sequels at all.
No, unless it's like something like really huge, and then usually it's like a second part, which is like a literal continuation, like it should have been in the first one, and they just made a second one for time.
Yeah, the only sequels I could even think of are like, they did Ring You and Ju-on and like Dead or
Yeah,
Alive.
yeah. Oh, punches to the back of the head.
Like this is the only killer I know that like, or I've seen I think that actually like just beats women to death with like his bare fist.
Yeah, I mean,
Like you just don't see that a
yeah,
whole lot. You know what I mean?
you don't. It's always like knives or guns. Not so much guns, but
Like it's just like I
and
hate
this
to
guy
use that
uses
word
a
again.
nail.
I hate to use that word again, brutal, but it's just brutal just seeing dude just pummeling some woman.
It is. Now, admitted, these two kind of deserved it. I'm gonna say it. um, do you feel my pain? He's like, she's like, no. Yeah, and he's like there when you see his eyes, like all wide and everything. He looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, there he looks threatening.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh man. Oh.
See, he almost looks shocked that he did it.
Yeah. I wonder if he's more shocked that that someone actually had the nerve to fight back.
Yeah, like it actually took. Yeah, I wonder who this dude is. Have you seen him, or do you know who that guy is?
Uh, apparently his name is Butch.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
What are you on
I
IMDb or something?
yeah. There's the woman is just called Ayano. Okay, here we go. He's been in three things. He was a bar customer in a movie called Karate Kill.
Never heard of that.
Me neither. He was in this, and he was also in Moratorium, the other like short by
The
Takashi
director.
Hirose. Yeah. So seems to be a pretty new to the scene.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in anything they do in the future for sure.
Yeah.
See, she has the same killing technique. Dang.
Yeah.
I'll just stab a dude right in the throat.
Yeah.
Like, it'll make sense once you know the ending. I mean, most man, she's brutal. But yeah, once you
Yeah.
know the ending, this all makes sense why they just go for that area.
Yeah.
But
And
another thing that's bizarre to me is
mhm.
at the ending when you realize none of them have any other parts. It's like, did the same person do that to him, or like, what are the chances? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know. I mean, it's
That's why I feel like it'd be badass to have a second movie,
yeah.
maybe like
Yeah.
a
It
prequel
goes.
or something, because that's the feeling I got. Like it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Like it's a partially told story.
yeah. Now her, I find she has like a sinister look to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah. Like the girl, like an audition, like she's not sinister
yeah.
to me. I thought she was actually really beautiful. With
Yeah.
this woman, I don't think that. She just looks creepy.
Yeah, she's got that look kind of like I'm gonna have to cut a bitch.
Yeah, she'd fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what the creepiest woman in an Asian movie I seen was that dumpling short in
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Extremes, man.
Did you know this chick was in a Power Rangers show?
Really?
Yeah.
As a villain or one of the Power Rangers?
I don't know. It says here uh Choriki Sentai O Ranger. It's like that one where one of them had a star on the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um she was in that. I don't know what she played, but
She would have to be a ranger, I would think.
I would assume so.
I mean,
To-
maybe not though. She looks a little old to be a ranger, but if I remember correctly, that
yeah, but that was
one with the star.
'95,
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say the one with the star on their face. I remember that way back.
yeah.
I mean, I never really watched it, but I remember seeing like toys and stuff with the star on the face.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't know. Because of course, also over here they put in like the American actors and everything, right? So
Yeah, then the action scenes are the Asian actress
yeah, and
actors.
you can usually tell too.
I still gotta see that. I want to see that new Power Rangers movie.
That one this was just made
The most
recently.
recent one, yeah. I want to find it on 4K cheap because I heard it looks really good on 4K.
That's cool. Yeah, you got. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, this
This
dude's
guy
weird
is
looking.
he's one of the rappers.
Oh, really? You know, I
Yeah,
was just about to say he looks like a rapper.
yeah,
No lie, you can't. He looks. And you know what else I heard in like these Asian countries, tattoos are really looked down upon. Like
definitely in
you
Japan.
gotta get
Yeah,
them in like underground clubs and all that. You gotta like hide them.
yeah.
So it's weird seeing
Well,
this dude have them on his knuckles.
yeah. The whole thing, like in Japan, of course, is like
The
if you have
Yakuza.
tattoos, you're yakuza. Yeah, and it hasn't gotten the acceptance yet. I think it's starting to.
Yeah, I see stuff on YouTube all the time of, oh, I'm gonna show my parents my tattoos for the first time, and it's like they'll have
Yeah,
their whole backs and everything done, and usually the Japanese moms are crying.
yeah. I mean, that was the whole thing. They think it's still a lot of the older people over there still associate it with yakuza. I mean, I get it,
Yeah,
but you have to move with the times.
yeah. I love that flashes to just him covered in blood.
Yeah, I just love the fact also that they didn't show what happened to him.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's just the aftermath, and it's just like, okay,
Was his rap song any good or no?
yeah, yeah. He did like this kind of like almost like a rap battle with some other guy, and they're both like, I guess, like the Japanese equivalent of gangster rap.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's odd, you know. It sounds good.
Yeah.
It's
Like this
weird.
guy almost looks like he could be a rapper too.
Yeah. Maybe he was the other guy. I don't know.
See, I find her pretty attractive actually.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, she
this
does.
isn't the
For one,
same
she
dude,
doesn't
is
have
it?
crazy eyes. No, this is like another guy, but I
I
think
was
it's
gonna
the
say
same
that
chick.
with another crazy hat. But yeah, because the one dude had a nose ring or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe that's just her fetish. She likes guys with weird hats.
Yeah, this dude's hat's like even more crazy.
Yeah, it's just Coca-Cola cans.
Like you wouldn't catch me dead wearing that thing.
No. Well,
Like
then again, in Japan,
they have real flashy styles and stuff.
oh yeah, well, and I always remember I saw this YouTube video, and it was just people that were wearing like English on their clothes, and they have no clue what it means.
Yeah, I mean it's probably the same here if you just had Asian writing on the clothes.
Yeah,
People
I
get
mean,
Asian writing tattooed on them and have no idea what it means.
oh yeah,
Like they
definitely. I
think
mean,
it, they know what it means, but
yeah, if you're gonna get a tattoo of
kanji or whatever it's called.
kanji, make sure you know what it means.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, I
say
got
like
one on my leg. I know what it means.
yeah, they say like 90% of the time though it's not what it says it is.
No, I mean, I've seen them where they've written like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
This is a scene I always found I really kind of dug. The fact that this guy, it's hardly a spoiler, we're doing a commentary about it,
Yeah.
is essentially a killer as well.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always took from it, like, he's essentially been hired to take her out.
I must not have got that the first time around.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always got. Like, I always reckoned he was kind of like a Yakuza or something. Because he goes on about, like, like, essentially, like, people know what you've been doing.
He looks a little too. He don't look like Yakuza to me.
No, but he looks like, he doesn't look normal.
No,
He looks like, someone who's seen some shit.
I never got that though. That he was out to kill her or whatever.
Yeah, it was just that there's just, like, one line where essentially he says something along the lines of, like, something along the lines of, like people, like, know what you've been doing. And that's kind of like why I'm here, or something like that.
So you don't think
Well,
he's
well,
like a
well
cop or something?
no, I think he's a killer, and you know, essentially hunter hunting the hunter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, but wouldn't you think that it would just make too many killers though?
It would, it would, but you know, is what it is, right? I mean, with a movie like this, you need your killers. If you don't have them,
It's almost like the Godzilla All Monsters or whatever that one is,
yeah,
except for
yeah,
the killers
destroy all
are
monsters.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of serial killers. The funny thing is that would probably be a really interesting movie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily be good, but it would be interesting.
I want to visit there so bad.
Yeah. Japan's just got this really cool look to it. What I also dig is apparently you don't tip anybody.
What do they look at you crazy if you do?
Yeah, they'll like get angry with you. Like if you're like in a cab and it's like I don't know, like 10,000 yen or whatever, and you give them like 10,050 or whatever, they give you the 50 back. And
Wow.
if you don't take it, they'll get pissed because they'll like assume like you're giving them charity or something.
Either that or like expecting something else or
Yeah, so they don't take kindly to it.
wow.
You know, then you think a country like over in Italy, you'll go and you'll buy like a gelato and they'll take like a 80% tip. They'll just take it. They won't even like tell you they're taking it. They'll just be like, okay,
It's like might as well make it that price.
yeah, pretty much. Oh
Dude,
man,
I'd snap if someone took their own tip like that, unless they tell you up front.
yeah. I get the idea. Also, all these scenes we're seeing right now are either stock footage or were illegally filmed.
Well, I just
They always say it's kind of hard to get filming permits in Japan.
yeah,
And when you see this, the way that it's shot and everything, it looks like it's just been shot out the window of a car.
yeah. I could see that. It looks like it's probably like guerrilla style footage.
Yeah. And I mean, this movie obviously wasn't like some huge budget movie.
No.
This was like
To me though, it looks like it has a
you know,
decent budget though for an Unearthed film.
yeah, definitely. I wonder if Unearthed like financed it or whether they just released it.
I bet you they just released it.
I would assume so. I mean, well, that's kind of what their wheelhouse originally was, just like licensing stuff.
Although you
So
never know, because didn't they finance Sacrifice and that was made in another country?
from what I know, yeah, I think
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure they did because it's part of the American Guinea Pig franchise.
yeah. I'm just gonna take a look at the pro- production info and see if it says anything. Hmm.
See, here's the dude here that you thought was a killer.
Yeah, it's somewhere around this scene. Because I mean, he's got his own knife with him.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. I just forgot all about this dude.
Yeah, and they're like, when I look at you, I feel like I'm looking at myself. He realizes that she's a killer, so
Doesn't he try to stab her first or something?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about Takashi Hirose produced this as well. So it looks like maybe it was a pure, like, their own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet Unearthed Films just released it.
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, it's probably a good way to, you know, to get money.
Yeah, to finance other films and stuff.
And there he is with his knife. Yeah, and here's the, he just, yes? That's actually quite a nice knife.
I know.
Like, keep going. It's like a therapy session.
Yeah, I almost want to know this dude's story now.
Yeah. Yeah, here, you see, like, you've been killing many men so brutally. So he knows what she's been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people who can't do their business. Yeah, so essentially he's been hired to take her out. I guess that's the thing though when you get like a professional killer versus crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy kind of wins. I mean, all this time while he's like cutting himself, you know, just like sneak up behind him and stab him.
I know. It's funny. I actually don't even remember what happens here. Like the ending
They,
shocked me so much I forgot what
yeah,
happens here.
they just kind of cut each other up a lot, and then I think she, you know, she ganks him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about this movie though. Like, people get stabbed a lot, like more than would be, I think, humanly possible.
Yeah, there's almost it's too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that blonde chick. You know, she got stabbed how many times? One, two, three, four. I think about 6 times or whatever.
Yeah, about 20
And,
punches.
yeah, I think she would have been dead after maybe the second.
Yeah.
I love it that he's got like this, like, you know, special knife, and she just has like this kitchen knife. But she's the one like doing most of the damage.
Yeah.
And this like apparently trained killer is just kind of okay.
The CG blood.
Yeah,
Damn.
and I'll just grab this like that there. I mean, yeah, they see that would have been a fatal stab.
Oh yeah. See, that's one thing I realized a lot of Japanese movies is they rely on like knives and stabbing and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's since guns are illegal in Japan. So
Oh really? I never knew
yeah,
that.
yeah, they
So there's nobody
it's
with gun licenses?
there's like a few people that may have like a license for like a shotgun, but that's it.
So they don't hunt or anything over there?
I think they do, but they'll have like a shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, that's what makes, I always think, Japanese movies like interesting. The fact that, you know, you can't rely just on, you know, someone's gonna pull out a gun and like end them. Like if you have a gun in a Japanese movie, you're probably either like a yakuza or you're a cop.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, most like normal people over there, no guns at all. So you always end up with the blades.
Yeah.
I guess that's. Oh, oh man. It makes you wonder though if he'd like been able to bear that, whether she did just let him go.
I know. I'm just waiting for that ending reveal.
Yeah, it's a wild scene. Because honestly, like, yeah, I didn't see it coming. Oh man. And she's got the crazy eyes too.
Yeah.
I love that. Just like leave him in the background. I'll just smoke a cigarette. I also find it funny, she doesn't like have any real blood on her clothes or anything.
After she's been stabbed so many times.
Yeah, and completely. I don't even know what you'd say she did to him. I mean, she's jacked him up fierce.
Yeah.
And here she is talking to herself.
You know,
You know, if
that is one thing about this movie. It is the perfect length, you know? Because if it was
yeah,
like 20 minutes longer, it would kind of drag.
it would for sure. The only way you could do that would be you'd have to have another act in between. You'd have to like have something with like I don't know, like a cop or something like investigating these killings or something.
Yeah,
That's the only way
that may
you
be
could do
what
it.
this movie's missing is some kind of cop or something to investigate it.
Yeah, I mean, you would think, all these women going missing, all these men ending up dead, and someone would have taken notice other than, like, Mr. Killer Boy.
Yeah.
And it's just the way he's just sat there, just looking, just sizing up his prey.
Hey, you may want to call that front desk tomorrow. I think the AC's not working. Yeah, I don't think it's working.
And here we go. Killer meets killer.
Oh, yeah, this
This,
was the outfit I remember here, yeah.
yeah, this thing scares me.
If I remember right, I think he's wearing a Wu-Tang hat.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Wu-Tang forever.
Makes you wonder
See,
whether he
that's so
actually
weird though,
knows.
because that's like if he knows who that group is.
Yeah,
See, this dude has to be a rapper. You know what I mean? If the other actor was a rapper and this dude's wearing a Jordan hat and a Wu-Tang hat.
yeah. I would assume so. The she just looks weird though. I mean, what the hell is that thing on her head?
Yeah, I don't know
I
what's
mean,
going on
that's
there.
some kind of
What's the
I don't know.
there's a certain name for that kind of scene in Asia where they dress in like real kid-like
Yeah,
stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called.
yeah. There are so many.
And it's usually like real colorful, like Hello Kitty and Tamagotchi and like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know. Like I said, there's so many different like subgroups and everything over there.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
It would be interesting just to go to Japan, just kind of like walk around, just like take everything in.
I don't know. I am gonna visit it before I die.
Yeah, I'd like to go there. It'd
I
be cool.
wonder how hard it would be to live there.
Um, if you were a foreigner or if you like lived there, like were born there.
I'm talking about like if I was just to move there.
From what I've heard, it's really hard to become a Japanese like citizen and live there.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of job you would even get in Japan.
Most English people become English teachers.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I know like a lot of people like who do like YouTube and stuff. They go over there and they make their living as a YouTuber.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen that, but I mean,
you need to really be bringing in the bank to
the,
you know to get that.
I think we're getting the reveal soon or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I think they're having the showdown.
yeah,
Jeez. That's crazy, just all those victims' belongings.
yeah. And the fact of the matter that like stuff's still splattered in blood and everything. there would be a smell.
You know what this is almost like? Like the American guinea pig version, or like just the guinea pig version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, completely. Completely.
Like that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I get that 100%.
There should have been a quote on the box. The guinea pig version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That would be awesome. You see that would have killed him.
Oh, right to the heart, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the effects when you get that revealed blow my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the one dude, like how did they do that with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would assume some kind of like
They'd have to like wrap
prosthetic.
it to compress it down or something, and you know what I mean? Because you don't see
Yeah.
it again. It's bizarre how they did it.
Yeah, for sure. See, and
That
now
would be
that
fatal too.
yeah. Apparently the crazy juice just keeps them going.
Well, they say you ever heard of like retard strength, where like
Yeah.
really challenged people get like super strong and they can like lift buses and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh, look at that. Right in the thigh. Because you know that hits some like arteries and everything.
Doesn't it? This house would get OCD would be going off.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
I'll throw any of this shit away.
Yeah. Oh man.
Realistically, this dude could just destroy her. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think his whole thing, I don't think he's used to anyone fighting back this way.
Yeah.
You know? I think in a way also though, like even at this point, he realizes that
Do you realize
they're similar.
Do you realize how drenched in blood her shirt would be?
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Like homeboy's been stabbed in the heart. There ain't no blood coming out anywhere.
Yeah. It's at this point where I think where he kind of really realizes, like, wait a minute. You know? Like, something's not right with this one.
Now, do you like this better than Sacrifice or no?
Yes.
What about Bloodshock?
Um, I'd probably put it on par with Bloodshock.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
What about Flowers?
ooh, Flowers is better.
You still haven't got Lung yet, have you?
Not yet. I don't know why I haven't.
Yeah, you need to get it before Flowers 2 comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Flowers
Lung
2 is one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Lung is the prequel to Flowers.
That's cool.
Like it shows, like Phil Stevens actually plays, you know, the killer in Flowers?
Yeah,
Phil Stevens plays the killer as a young dude.
that's cool. I dig Phil Stevens.
Yeah, he's posting all the time. You know what I mean?
He
Like,
is.
you almost forget he's a film director.
Yeah, I mean, he's more of like a fan than some fans are.
I almost feel bad for him selling off his whole collection.
Yeah, but I mean, he really wants to get Flowers 2 made.
Yeah.
And here's the scene where everything kind of comes together.
Yeah. Back to the Phil Stevens thing. It would be hard for me
Yeah.
to do that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, like, I mean, he has
You
a
gotta
hell of a lot
respect
of stuff
it.
to
Yeah,
sell.
you got
Yeah.
respect it. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Although I think he said he has a whole storage unit full of shit, though.
I'm pretty sure he does. I mean,
We probably don't care. Because I've noticed a lot of it's still sealed.
yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, though, like, all the Arrow stuff is like... Yeah, dude, that's crazy looking.
Yeah. It's just, there we go.
There's something
like-
weird with Unearthed Films and dongs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like a merkin or whatever, just kind of with something cut off.
Yeah.
Or maybe they actually did cut his junk off. You never know.
Real dedicated to the movie.
Yeah, he's just like, I really got to get this part. I got to do it right. Hand me those scissors.
Dude, you ever heard of the Pain Olympics?
Yeah,
Dude, there was some
yeah,
dude that cut his junk off to, like, even that's real good. Like, not good looking, but like just effects wise, good looking.
yeah, yeah. And it's right here when he realizes completely they're exactly the same.
To me, it's like, what was the point of taking off the nips, though? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
dude, I don't know. Which one do you think's more brutal to look at?
Uh, I would say hers, just because there's more to it.
Yeah,
Like him, it's his junk's gone. That's it. Hers, like,
it's all stitched up and everything.
yeah. I guess in theory you could take those stitches out, and might work again.
See, it's one of those things, like, I wonder, too, if he cut his off and she did that to herself, you know what I mean?
Huh? You never know. Yeah.
I would feel like the infection, though, would be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny when I reviewed this movie. When I got to this point, it just hit me what this entire movie is about. It's a mutually assured destruction love story.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is I always looked at as a love story.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, like, had these two met up earlier, whether there wouldn't have been any of the other killings.
Yeah. You know what else? I feel like this would have made a better, well, no, it's not American, never mind. But like a better guinea pig entry than Sacrifice.
I know what you mean. I mean, my whole thing with Sacrifice was, I don't know, it just seemed so different than the other ones.
It's yeah, it has a bizarre thing with me just because it's like, oh yeah, this is releasing just right when Song of Solomon releases, and it's like we're not giving it a deluxe treatment or anything. It felt like
Yeah,
almost like, I don't know, like they just put it there to have a fourth one.
it might be because I know that it's part of another trilogy.
What, Sacrifice?
Yeah, there's like two other movies, like that Poison Rouge or whatever directed or something, and
Really?
it's part of those, but
It
it's
almost
also
feels
part of
like,
American Guinea Pig.
yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know. What country was Sacrifice made in? Was that Italy or something?
I think it was Italy or maybe Spain, one or the
Yeah,
other.
it's Spain, I think it is.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It feels like
It wasn't originally American Guinea Pig or something. I don't know. There's something
yeah,
weird about it.
yeah,
But then again, Song of Solomon doesn't feel like a guinea pig movie to me either.
that's true. I mean, I know originally, I think there was something that was supposed to tie everything kind of together in Song of Solomon. I don't know whether it ended up getting shot
Yeah,
and maybe it was cut out because you know, they stopped it being an American Guinea Pig movie, right? So
yeah.
maybe they took some stuff out, or maybe it just never came to fruition. All of this, they're still stabbing each other, but yeah, you know, uh,
I wish there was a commentary on this disc.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one thing with some of the unearthed things, which is can be a little annoying when there isn't a commentary. I mean, Stephen Biro does really good commentaries. They're really entertaining.
Really? I haven't heard one. You know
Yeah,
Stephen Biro or Biro? He has a podcast.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, have you read
Uh,
some of the descriptions? Like, they sound crazy.
yeah. I mean, I know there was. I know Marcus Cook put a thing up on Facebook saying, I don't know whether they're going to do like a movie or whatever. He said, how does everyone feel if like him and Steven Biro got together and did like a
A documentary.
documentary about like extreme cinema and stuff.
Dude, that would be sick, dude.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
That would be awesome. Have you
Yeah,
seen that thing about Marcus Cook? He's some like the MK Ultra mix or something.
yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of
It's
interested in it,
just
but
yeah, I think it's just something he like made.
oh, it is. Yeah, he's like doing it himself and
Yeah, it's like
sending it out himself. And but from
yeah,
like one of the little teasers I saw, like the footage looks real weird. Like I think it's almost like. Did you watch The Great Satan yet?
not yet.
I think it's something like that. Like
Yeah,
spliced together footage to just be bizarre for the sake of being bizarre.
yeah. You mean essentially kind of like the sort of stuff that Charlie Sheen thought Guinea Pig 2 was?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it certainly seems interesting.
and that's
Then again,
real.
yeah. Then again, like Marcus Cook is like what's it called? An effects genius.
Yeah, I think he's definitely one of the best out there. Oh, I didn't know there was this line thing.
Yeah.
The one,
Especially for gore.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, I think his gore is better than Tom Savini's.
yeah.
Tom Savini's was always like makeups and everything. He was never really big on the gore except for like,
See, I
uh,
want to see
Dawn
Marcus
and
Cook
Day.
do gore like effects for like a big budget movie. You know what I mean?
That would be awesome.
Like
Yeah,
that would be the big test to see. You know?
yeah, I think he could do it. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, hell, that scene in Bouquet of Guts and Gore where they're taking the skin off the legs
yeah.
and the arms, that scene alone, you know,
See, I
was
hope.
kind of cool.
You think he'll ever make 100 Tears too?
I so hope so. I mean, I know he tried to crowdfund it a bit back,
It
but
didn't get funded.
it didn't get the funding.
That
You know,
sucks.
I hope he does it again. I hope he puts it up there again because I would love to see I'd love to see
It may be too late.
200 tears. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I really would because I loved 100 tears.
Yeah, I think it's one of Unearth's best.
Yeah, and it's just
I wish that got like a
I-
Blu-ray release.
yeah. Well, I know there's I think I don't know if it was Stephen Biro or whether it was Marcus Cook or if it was Phil Stevens. It was one of the three said, put up a thing saying like, how interested would you be in like a 3 disc, like collector's edition of 100 Tears, and people were like, yes, do it now.
Yeah, I'd buy it for sure. You know,
Yeah,
I like that they do a reverse cover on that release too.
yeah,
You don't see that a lot with Unearth
yeah.
films. Also,
That's one thing.
Marcus Cook does the effects for Lung, right?
That's cool. That's reason enough right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like top of his game, I think, for gore effects.
yeah. He's pretty much works exclusively, I think, for Unearth, right?
I don't know of anything else he's done. Well, I mean, I know
Well, he
he's
did
done like
Rot,
so
right?
he did Rot. I'd still like to get a VHS copy of that.
I
If
thought you
anyone
got
can
it.
hear this, I tried to, but Phil couldn't ship to Canada.
Uh, do you have a
So
DVD of it, or
no,
have they even
I
released that
I,
on
I
DVD?
it has a DVD somewhere. It's out of print, from what I can tell. I know there's talk on the Unearthed Facebook about doing a limited edition Blu-ray.
Oh, okay. Isn't
So
Joel D. Wincoop in that?
I think so. I'm not sure. It's one that I'd really like to see, and I'd really like to get the. I don't get this scene.
Yeah, almost like she's
She's a
holding it like she's pregnant or something.
yeah. So it I don't know.
That's why you need a commentary.
Yeah, especially on Japanese films. I can't tell you the amount of Japanese films I've seen. I've got 99% through the entire thing, understood everything, and then get to the end and they throw some curveball and I'm like, what did I just see? And then I have to go on YouTube and look for like an ending explained.
Is that the vibe you're getting, that she's like pregnant or something?
That's what it feels like. But, dude ain't got no dong
Yeah, I don't know.
or balls.
See, the thing is though, like it went to black and then this again. I wonder if this is like symbolism for. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So like here, is she talking to herself or is she talking to like a kid?
I don't know.
It's odd.
She looks at us like, yeah, I confused the shit out of you, didn't
Yeah, exactly. Like, right? Isn't it? Like, yes, everything's fine, just don't kill us.
I? Yeah. There's just
Yeah.
something about that movie I dig.
Yeah, well, it's just balls to the wall crazy.
I will say I
I love
probably
it.
won't watch it for a long time.
Yeah, it's one of those movies, like it's like every now and then you throw it on sort of thing. It's not like every year I must watch Brutal or anything,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, once a year probably is good. I
Yeah, yeah. Hell, it's a Christmas movie. Watch it at Christmas.
mean, but anyways, that was our commentary for Brutal. I mean, we couldn't really add a whole lot to it just because we don't really know a whole lot about it or
No,
anything. It's not like
no,
there's facts on IMDb about it or anything.
no. There's literally nothing on IMDb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just figure do it because for the hell of it, why not?
yeah. And hell, it's another reason to watch Brutal.
Yeah, pretty much that was the case. And you know, pretty soon here, whenever you get Dis or Purgatory Road, I'm sure we'll do commentaries on it if you plan on getting those.
Yeah, I do plan on picking them up at some point.
Yeah, but this was
Yeah.
Corey's Crypt.
Those BDG reviews.
Peace.
Peace.